这个车 very good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
一点点慢。
中国好还是德国好？
啊，中国很好。
早啊，
哦，你好。
你好。
这开了这么个国家了？
对，嗯。
从哪里来的？我是德国的。德国的。哎呦。
So good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Jinchuan. So yesterday, due to the heavy rains, we stayed one night in this tiny city, and this morning we will soon hit the road again. Flo is packaging everything. Jinchuan is still in Gansu Province, and by the end of the day, if everything works out well, we will end up in Guyuan in Ningxia Hui Autonomous Region. It's a province that I have never been to, and speaking of the ancient Silk Road, it's also a route through which religion was spread. So today's journey and also tomorrow, we're going to see different mosques and also Buddhist grottos and temples, and also we're going to try some very, very nice food.
Oh, what a nice day.
Jinchuan, a small town tucked between mountains and rivers. It's the first major stop west of Chang'an, heading towards Central Asia. The county was established over 2,100 years ago, for Asian travelers leaving Chang'an, reaching Jinchuan meant saying goodbye to the heart of China. Beyond Jinchuan, we left Shanxi and entered Gansu into Pingliang. Pingliang has over 3,000 years of history. Religious influences left clear marks here. It's home to famous Taoist sites, but also a key place for the spread of Buddhism and Islam. We know that Buddhism and Islam was spread to Central Plain via the Silk Road. And yesterday, while we were riding, I saw some Buddhist grottos. We didn't stop. And today, when we're in Pingliang, we decided to visit the temple. This temple is called the Yuan. It's a Buddhist temple built in Yuan Dynasty. This is walnut tree. Look. And in the middle of the temple, there is a big Guanyin Ge, a Guanyin statue, and behind it, there is a very sophisticated temple. I've been to so many temples, but this is one of the biggest structure I've ever seen. Pingliang is also a place with different religions, so besides Buddhism, it's also very important for Taoism. And not far from here, there's a mountain called Kongtongshan. We're not going there today because of limited time, but that mountain is very important in Taoism. And the story came that the ancestors of Chinese, Fuxi, once studied and also meditated there. Besides temples, we found quite a few mosques in Pingliang with mixed architecture style, partially Chinese, partially Middle Eastern. There is a Hui community here, and they are the descendants of the Silk Road merchants and locals. 这车咋的了？
车好。
车好啊。
哦。你哪里人？
安徽的。
安徽的。
嗯。
你这儿干啥了？旅游的。
对，来旅游。
出来旅游。
嗯。
哦。从这个骑上去的能安徽远着呢。
没有，从西安骑过来的。
从西安过来。
嗯。
中间的。
对，不是加油的。
加油的。
嗯。
这个还那多少钱
？15000。
15000。
嗯。
高速能上吗？
高速上不了。80最多了。
对。
上不了。
太慢了。
走进边道。
啥？
走进边道嘛。
对，走到国道。
国道。
嗯。
从这儿出来走哪下？
然后转一转，然后一会儿去固原。
固原一贯装着旅游全国。
第一次去
固原。
宁夏
就是固原。
对。他问你颈椎疼不疼？就是脖子。
这边一点点。
就这边一点。
对。
这开机时间一长就。
我有这个，你知道是什么？
保护颈椎的。
对，这边放这里。
那个挂腰上的。
挂腰上的。
啊。
对。然后更舒服。
你这个俄罗斯人吧是哪的？
不是德国。
德国的。
对。
你外国的。外国问了个中国找了个中国姑娘。
对。
对。
嗯。
好。
我们旁边去逛一逛。
好。
这个清真寺修的好好看呀。
清真寺好的。
对，漂亮。
漂亮，你是进去浪的。
可以进去看看吗？
可以。
行，好。
平常北大寺嘛。
行，北大寺。
哦。
是最大的吗？
最大的寺。
哦，这是最大的寺。
这是平常最大的寺。
好的。Whenever we park our motorcycle, we got some attention.礼拜时间表 so they also have five prayers per day. The prayer room is, however, only open to those who wants to do prayers, and visitors are not allowed, so we're not going inside. But it's already quite impressive from the outside. From now on, we're going to ride through some villages, so wish us good luck.
你好。
你好。
你们从哪里来的？
我是德国的。
德国。我是中国的。
你是本地人吗？
不是本地人，我是宁夏人。
宁夏。
啊。
好。
我们去宁夏。对。固原。
这个车歪的鼓的。
beautiful。
一点慢。
中国好还是德国好？
中国很好。
From Pingliang to Guyuan, we took a smaller road to avoid the rain on the national highway. The road climbed from the valley in Pingliang up onto the Loess Plateau. You may not see it, but we are actually going up, and it's pretty steep, and there are lots of curves.
This is preparation for the Pamir Highway in Tajikistan.
So Loess Plateau in Chinese literally means yellow earth plateau because the soil is like this. It's also windy, so all the dirt and sand gets blown away easily. And now all those little hills have become terraces. We passed through many villages. Most of them are Hui communities, and nearly every village has a mosque. I always pictured the Loess Plateau as nothing but bare yellow soil. But turns out there are huge terraced fields here. They grow crops like corn, and almost every home has apricot trees in a yard. Can you 称一点吗？可以。称10块钱的。可以。行。这是你们的那个果园是吧？嗯，对。也可以。现在我们是在宁夏还是在甘肃呀？宁夏。已经到宁夏了。嗯。哇。行，看看有多少。谢谢。微信收款12元。我买了10块钱的。
哇，是很多。
对，但是很好吃。
When you travel in northwestern China, you don't need any sweets anymore because fruits are so incredibly delicious.
盆阳红梅杏。哇哦。今年结的好吧？为啥呀？冻坏了是吧？冻坏了。哦，就是春天太冷了。太冷，在上面吃。啊。可以在树上也可以。可以了。谢谢。Apricot.
It's so delicious. So sweet and fruity. 谢谢。这就是这边的特菜。
这边的特产。盆阳县的特产红梅杏 the red apricot in Pingliang. Apparently it's very, very famous. And I've been seeing lots of apricot trees along the way. Oh, it's really sweet.
壳也可以吃。
壳也可以啊？
砸破里面。
就里面的那个，就是杏仁了呗。
杏仁，这也可以吃。
I remember it in several places you can get really, really sweet apricot. This is really tasty. Last time we had something similar was in Dunhuang and in Xinjiang. Somehow we also found there are a lot of cave dwellings. So the guy who sold us the apricot told us this is their old residence. They also live in the Yaodong. Yaodong is a very typical dwelling on the Loess Plateau. So people dig deep into the soil because the soil here is very soft. It's very easy to dig a hole. So this family already moved to the city. This is their old house. It's quite deep. It's perhaps like 10-meter deep.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Even more, probably.
Yeah. The road is getting extremely bad now. After some rough, bumpy roads, we finally made it to Guyuan. The city feels pretty empty. It's big, but not very crowded. The menu here is extremely simple. There are only 4 types of food. Firstly, 羊羔肉, and then 蒸碗羊羔肉, that's steamed lamb with soup, and then 烩菜, vegetable soup, the pancake bread, and then the pickled vegetables. 那要1斤羊羔肉，1个烩菜，1个饼。
肥一点，瘦一点。
瘦一点的吧。哇哦！1斤够2个人吃吗？
差不多。
差不多。
1斤1两可以。
可以。1
个烩菜1个。
Guyuan is quite famous for its lamb dishes, so I checked the map and there was a recommendation to this restaurant. It was really not in a busy area. It's in some small alleys and we've got our dishes. It looks so amazing. So the vegetable pancake and the lamb.
And the soup.
While we're eating, the butcher is quite busy taking all the lamb from the truck back to the kitchen. And in the kitchen there is a butcher shop. Everything is so fresh. And the lamb is cooked until very, very tender. I really like the lamb dishes in this part of China because it doesn't have the gamey taste that the lambs usually have, for example, in eastern part of China. 宝宝好吃吗？
很好吃。
We finished everything, all the soup except for a quarter of the onions.
Oh man, that was amazing.
I just want to show you we're actually in the middle of the city, in the middle of the city center, but there are not so many cars on the street and there are not so many people. And yesterday I was talking with the hotel reception. They told me that young people are leaving Guyuan and work in other places. And for a very long time, Guyuan region remained one of China's least developed region. But another side of the story is that Guyuan is actually the oldest city in Ningxia. It has a history of more than 2,000 years, and it was a very important outpost on the ancient Silk Road. It has a strategic position in between Zhongyuan, the central plain region, and Xiyu, the western region. Guyuan's peak was probably over 800 years ago, before the 12th century. After the Mongol expansion and the rise of the maritime Silk Road, the overland Silk Road slowly declined. But in Guyuan's museum, you can still spot traces of the ancient trade routes. Those are the artifacts from the prehistorical time. And those pots, can you believe it? It's more than 5,000 years old. That's a silver pot from Persia, from the Sassanid Empire. So that's about 1,400 years ago. And this one too. There is also a glass cup from Persia, from today's Iran. That's a glass cup from more than 1,500 years. That's a mini Bimayo, the mini terracotta warriors.
Look at this, we just found this map of the ancient Silk Road. It's so cool. So here is its ancient final destination of Chang'an, Xi'an today. That's where we started our trip. Now we just made it until here to Guyuan, which in the past was called Yuanzhou, which was the northern outpost to protect the Hexi corridor that stretches in the south. And then you just cross further west into the Hexi corridor with all these cities, then reaching Dunhuang, and then it stretches into the vast land of what today is Xinjiang province, with Kachang, which is Yarkand today, and Kashgar, and then moving further west to what is today Samarkand, Mashhad in Iran, the Persian Empire, stretching even further west, Isfahan, to Baghdad, to finally reaching Turkey in Antakya, and then Istanbul, or Constantinople as it was called in the past, building the bridge over the Bosphorus to Europe.
In Guyuan, there is also some of the oldest great walls, dating back to Qing Dynasty, China's first empire, once marked its borders here. This slope is quite steep, so we have to get off. And behind this slope, that's the Great Wall from Qing Dynasty. So that is more than 2,000 years ago. That is a long walk. Oh, I made it.
Here it goes to the Great Wall. Could have maybe taken this road.
Yes, I think so too.
Huh?
We could have taken the other road. We are probably standing just on the top of a fortress, and you see this small earth mound stretches over kilometers, and it's very different from the Great Wall that we often see on the internet. So the one in Beijing is Mingchangcheng, and this is Qing, which was built more than 2,000 years ago. After 70 years after the fall of Qing, Zhang Tian's journey opened up the western regions, and the Silk Road was born. Merchants and monks traveled east. Buddhism spread into the Central Plains, leaving behind countless cave temples along the way. Over there on this mountain, there are a lot of small caves like that, and each has a little window, a little fence in front of it. And each cave is a grotto, and you will see the Buddhist Temple. And the very first one was carved in Beiwei Shiqi, which is about 5th century. The Silk Road is dotted with Buddhist caves. Buddhism traveled from India to Central Asia, through Xinjiang, and further into the Central Plains. The Sogdians, merchants from Central Asia, brought Buddhism here. They carried scriptures and statues, and they carved the grottos to pray for safe journeys. From Guyuan to Zhongwei, we followed the national highway. The road was packed with big trucks. Maybe due to construction, the traffic jam stretched for over 10 kilometers. We squeezed along the edge, headed north, then turned off onto a small village road. The sun set behind us, and we drove all the way to the Yellow River. Wow, that's the Yellow River, the mother river of Chinese civilization. Then we arrived in Zhongwei, passing by a lively street and a beautiful bell tower, and reached our hotel. 10 p.m. Finally, we've reached the hotel. I almost thought that we won't make it to Zhongwei.
It was a hell of a ride. We actually planned to stop like 100 kilometers before we reached Zhongwei, but then, because the weather was supposed to turn bad, but then actually weather was fine, and we were just like, okay, let's just continue until Zhongwei, then we don't have to drive tomorrow.
你屁股疼吗？
不是，我背有一点疼。
那晚上我给你
肩膀也有一点疼。
晚上给你捏捏背。
好。
行，那就这样吧。So that's all for today. I hope you enjoy the journey. Thanks for watching, and bye bye. See you next time.